Hello and a good weekend to you all out there as we get ready for another basketball presentation on BayPreps.com. Live from Concord on Whitten Avenue, it's the Carondelet Cougars taking on the Deer Valley Wolverines. Hi everyone, I am Pat O'Rourke, and with me is my cameraman and producer Jerry Gerard as we bring you another basketball presentation here on BayPreps.com. You get a good look at the Carondelet Cougars, a team that comes in with a record of 20-3. They are fifth in the Bay Area according to our Bay Preps rankings. They are 14th in the state. A team that's 30th in the Max Preps computer rankings, and a team that has been outstanding all season long. They have lost to the St. Mary's Riken of Maryland when they played down the Nike Tournament of Champions in Arizona. Their other loss was to Chaminade in the championship game of the Platinum Division at the West Coast Jamboree. And their loss in league play was to Monte Vista, but a team that is in control in the East Bay Athletic League. They've clinched at least a share of the league, and of course they are led by Natalie Romeo. Romeo having another outstanding season this her junior campaign, averaging over 21.4 points per game. Romeo averaging 21.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 5.9 assists for the Cougars this season. And to one of the top players in all of the Bay Area, and of course one of the top players in the class of 2014. As for the Deer Valley Wolverines, they come with a record of 14-8. They're the second best team in the Bay Valley Athletic League. Their only two league losses were to Heritage, a team they've lost to 3 times this year. The 2 league losses were close games, but it looks like they're pretty much locked into that second place spot in the Bay Valley Athletic League, but still a team that is a very good program under the coaching of Mark Hurtado in his second season at the helm. They were the NCS Division I runners-up last year, also a NorCal quarterfinalist. As for Carondelet, they are coached by Margaret Gartner, who's done a great job during her time at the Carondelet program, a team that is good year in and year out. They haven't lost more than 7 games in the season for over a decade, and a team that has just 3 losses this year. They will have the introductions here shortly, and of course the national anthem as we get ready for the start. Obviously we will be starting late. This game was scheduled to start at 4 already. We're 22 minutes past 4 o'clock. These teams playing a non-league affair against one another. They did the same last year, and hopefully we'll get as good of a game as last season. A game won by Carondelet 77-73. They have won 4 straight meetings over the Wolverines. I'm going to go through the lineup, of course, for the road team, the Deer Valley Wolverines.
Number 11, senior Jade Lawson. Starting at point guard, number 15, she's a senior and co-captain, Sabria Coleman. Starting guard, number 22, junior Moraine Johnson. Starting at forward, number 32, junior Alejandra Cephas.
The Wolverines, who told you, come in with a record of 14-8, coached by Mark Hurtado. They're the team in the teal or turquoise jerseys, if you will, with the white numbering and lettering, the black outlining. Their lineup consists of Jade Lawson. She is a 5'5 senior. Sabria Coleman is a 5'7 senior. She's one of the top players, along with Moran Johnson, who's their leading scorer, a 5'9 junior. Also, Alejandra Cephas is a 6-foot junior, and Shelby Easton is a 5'10 senior. Lawson, Coleman, Johnson, Cephas, and Easton, the lineup for the visiting team, the Wolverines. As for the Carondelet Cougars, they come up with a record of 10-3. And told you they are 11-1 in the East Bay Athletic League. They look like they're on their way to another outright East Bay Athletic League title. They need only one more win in conference to win an outright league championship. They did have a 54-game league winning streak snapped by Monte Vista, but they got their revenge on Monte Vista the next time around when they played them here in Concord in a game that was a 14-point win for Carondelet. They're coached by Margaret Gartner, and of course we told you Natalie Romeo. She's a 5'7 junior. Romeo holding a number of offers for the next level. Lauren Nicolosi is a 6-foot senior. She's committed to play her college ball at Hawaii Pacific. Gabrielle Grupalo is a 5'7 junior. Amy Harioka is a 5'7 senior. And Mackenzie Cast is a 5'10 junior who's committed to Loyola Marymount. Romeo, Nicolosi, Grupalo, Harioka, and Cast, the lineup for the Carondelet Cougars. The home team in white with the red numbering and lettering. We've seen Carondelet. This is the fourth game we've done for the Cougars this year. We've seen them play some very entertaining games. It's an entertaining style of basketball. They like to get up and down. They will pressure you, force turnovers, and of course the spark plug is the point guard in Romeo. The opening tip between Nicolosi and Cephas, and it's tracked down by Romeo deep in the backcourt. So Carondelet basketball, we are underway. Pulling up immediately for the jumper is Nicolosi, missing, and the rebound goes to Jade Lawson and the Wolverines. Scoop pass, Moran Johnson open for the short jumper, can't connect, and a good rebound underneath by Nicolosi. Quick action up the floor, this is Harioka. The feed from Romeo, Harioka can't finish, and a foul on Carondelet on the rebound. So we've played 29 seconds. No score, and Grupalo picks up the foul for the Cougars. It allows them to set up their pressure. Deer Valley breaks of Sabria Coleman. Coleman trying to avoid a trap. Does get riveted to Cephas near midcourt. Here's Johnson. Nice pass underneath. Tough scoop shot. Drawing the blocking foul is Shelby Easton. Can't get the shot to fall, but she's going to the free throw line. It's going to go against Cast. So here's Easton going to the line. She averages 8 points per game. She's a 69% foul shooter. One of the three co-captains, along with Sabria Coleman and Tiana Burks. So she gets a kind bounce in the second free throw, and Deer Valley scores the first point of the game. We've played 45 seconds. Here's a great feed by Romeo and an easy layup for Nicolosi. Moran Johnson across midcourt. She said that she's the leading scorer in this team. Here's Coleman, right side of the lane, the second leading scorer. Short jumper, can't score. The tip rebound out of bounds. He'll go to Carondelet. And I think we've got Romeo maybe has some blood. And she's going to have to take a rare rest. So Carondelet without Romeo on the floor, and into the game, it's Marcella Hughes. Open for three is Grupalo. The rebound to Cephas. A steal, Harioka. Harioka to the rim. No, the tip Cast tries to grab it. It's tracked down by Grupalo. Open long three. Missed by Hughes. Underneath, Nicolosi keeps it alive and can't score. A couple opportunities there. Couldn't finish. Cephas turns it over after getting the rebound, and Cast gives it right back. And a timeout by the Deer Valley bench as Mark Hurtado did not like what he saw there. His team getting very sloppy. Although this timeout's going to give Natalie Romeo a chance to check back into the game with 6:14 to go in the opening quarter. Franklin Canyon Stables is very affordable, family-oriented, and the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. As you get a look at the Deer Valley Huddle, a team that comes in 14-8. We told you 6-2 in the Bay Valley Athletic League. Only league losses to Heritage. Those two league losses by a total of 9 points. It's a very good Heritage team, and probably the best Division I team in the Bay Area, Heritage. So here is Sabria Coleman bringing it in the front court. Coleman inside the lane. Nice dump-off pass. And Cephas grabs the loose ball after it was knocked out of the hands of Easton. Now grabbing it is Grupalo for Carondelet. 5:59 to go in the opening quarter. A little bit of a slow start. You look at the score. Carondelet, a team that can put up points in bunches. Here's Romeo. Scoop pass, Nicolosi can't score. Nicolosi's had some opportunities. Deer Valley pushes. This is Jade Lawson. Carondelet will hold you defensively, and here's Romeo picking up the foul. Third team foul on the Cougars. Open for three is Lawson. And the rebound to Grupalo. Throws it ahead to Romeo. Along the baseline, Harrioka. Dangerous pass, kicked out of there. Carondelet will keep the possession underneath. Christina Chenault is into the game for the Cougars as Nicolosi checks out. Well, they're going to say that was actually off of Carondelet, so Deer Valley basketball. Lawson having trouble inbounding against the press. Throws a dangerous pass. Grabbed back by Lawson, and then her next pass is deflected out of bounds. This is Sabria Coleman. Coleman tripped on her way towards the hoop. Well, Romeo just picked up her second there with 5:16 to go in the first quarter. She'll stay in the game. The inbounds caught, missed shot underneath, but grabbing it on a rebound, putting it in is Shelby Easton. Into the game for Carondelet, Mason Boucher, a sophomore, along with Marcella Hughes, another sophomore who's already been in once. Romeo's going to go out along with Cast. Not to start Carondelet wanted. They're just 2 points, and Romeo on the bench with 2 fouls. Boucher, bad pass, stolen away by Coleman. Coleman's going to go in and score the layup. Timeout, Margaret Gartner on the Carondelet bench. We've played 3 minutes and 7 seconds, and Deer Valley is up by 3 by a score of 5-2. Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria is a place to go after the game or before the game. They're open late. They've got a full bar, longtime supporter of high school sports on the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio and Walnut Creek. Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria. If you want to watch a ball game, there's plenty of TVs to keep you happy down at Rocco's, longtime supporter of high school sports. You can order online. Go to roccospizzeria.com, roccospizzeria.com, and the rest is easy. So Carondelet with Romeo on the bench, down 3. Chenault gets it stripped away. Lawson tries to track it down for Deer Valley, but it's grabbed back by Grupalo. Grupalo's got Boucher running with. Not a good pass out to Boucher, who steps inside the lane, back up top, and then losing it out of bounds. It was Hughes, but they're going to say it was off of Deer Valley last. Good start here for the Wolverines. Not pretty, but if they can keep this a low-scoring game, it's certainly going to improve their chances. Here's Cast. Cass, nice bounce pass underneath, finds Chenault, and Chenault draws the foul. First foul of the game called against Deer Valley. It's going to go against Coleman. Chenault missing the first free throw. Carondelet as a team is a 67% foul shooting unit. Chenault at 55%, and she makes 1 of 2, sticking in line with that percentage. Going right to the bucket between all the defenders and missing is Coleman. Chenault grabbed the rebound, but then traveled. 4 turnovers on the Cougars. Deer Valley has 3. We're nearing the midway point of the opening quarter. Easton to Cephas. Cephas misses the short jumper, rebound on the floor, picked up by Cast. Carondelet nearly gave it away there, but Johnson could not handle it. I think they're actually going to count that as a change possession because they reset the shot clock. So we'll count it as a turnover for each side. Here's Chenault. Chenault knocked away by Easton. Good defense there by Shelby Easton. And the Wolverines come away with the loose ball. Coleman inside the lane, right-hander, too strong, grabs her own rebound and gets fouled. Very active start for Sabria Coleman and the Wolverines. She's going to be going to the free throw line. And so now Cast has 2 fouls. So Romeo and Cast each with 2 fouls, and we still have 3:48 to play in the opening quarter as Coleman, 61% foul shooter, misses the first. Lawson goes out of the game, and Jordan Morales, a 5'9" freshman, who is the 3rd leading scorer in this Deer Valley team, checks in. Harrioka into the game for Cast. So she joins Romeo on the bench. Brandy Williams is into the game for Easton. It's 6-3 Deer Valley. Here's Boucher to Harrioka. Carondelet just 1 bucket. Romeo spending a lot of time on the bench. Here's Chenault drawing another foul, and she's going back to that free throw line. Brandy Williams picks up the foul, 2nd team foul. Boucher's going to go out as Nicolosi checks back in. So Chenault makes them both. Carondelet within 1. And they come up with a steal. Chenault outside to Gruppolo for an open 3 in the corner. And the rebound to Coleman. And Coleman is fouled as she brings it in the front court. So that's a first on Harrioka. 16th foul, though, on Carondelet. Here's Johnson. Nice feed underneath. She'll find Cephas for the layup. Great play there by Moran Johnson, knowing where her teammate was, and Deer Valley comes up with a steal. And then we're going to get a carrying violation on Johnson, who had trouble corralling the pass. .309 to go in the opening quarter. Carondelet very sloppy right now. Hughes, deflected pass, caught by Gruppolo. And then she throws it into the Deer Valley bench. Monique Cardenas checks in for Coleman. Gives you an idea of how important Natalie Romeo is to this Carondelet team. Just 1 made field goal for the Cougars thus far. There's a steal, though, and the missed layup by Gruppolo. Shooting a 3 and missing is Cardenas, and it goes out of bounds to Carondelet. Carondelet trying to get by with Romeo on the bench for the rest of this first quarter. She picked up her 2nd foul with 5:16 to go in the first, and Mackenzie Cass a few minutes ago picked up her 2nd foul. Missing a wild shot. There was Hughes, the rebound to Cephas. Nearly a turnover again on Deer Valley. Cardenas the other way, misses badly. Nicolosi clears it for the Cougars. Here's Harrioka. Johnson the steal, and she keeps it alive. Dribbling into traffic and having knocked out of her hands was Morales. 1:56 to play in the first. Johnson steps back for a three. Nicolosi using those long arms to grab more rebounds. That's already her fifth. But again, sloppy for Carondelet. Hughes pass too strong for Grupalo, who's running right with her. It's 8 turnovers on the Cougars. Jade Lawson back into the game, along with Sabria Coleman. Coleman's going to go right to the basket. Miss, as she was affected, I believe, by Nicolosi. Chenault grabs the loose ball. And Grupalo has her shot blocked. Grabbed back by the Cougars, and Nicolosi scores her second basket. She's got the only 2 field goals for Carondelet. Here's Cephas, short jumper. No. Nicolosi everywhere on the glass. Carondelet can take a lead here, as poorly as they've played. It's an open 3 by Grupalo. Airball, missed everything, and it's out of bounds to Deer Valley. Vanessa Cruz is into the game, 5'5" freshman. She's in as Grupalo goes out. 1 minute to go in the first. Open inside the lane. Cephas missed a shot, and a rebound to Carondelet and a foul on Deer Valley. It's a 3rd team foul on the Wolverines. And it's the first on Easton. It's another opportunity for Carondelet to grab a lead. This is Hughes pulling up for the jumper and scoring. And a steal by Harrioka. Hughes again. That's what you come to expect for Carondelet. Points in bunches. 24 seconds to go in the quarter. Coleman gets it stripped. 10th turnover on Deer Valley. Here's Harrioka. Nice bounce pass. And Hughes on the layup. 6 unanswered points for Marcella Hughes. Another steal. Harrioka misses. Grabs her own rebound. Misses again. And they'll call a tie-up, and the possession arrow will keep it with Deer Valley. Deer Valley, 11 turnovers in this opening quarter. And it's led to this late fury in the quarter by Carondelet. Jordan Morales in the game. Cephas goes out. It's a positive for Carondelet to get that type of action with your best players on the bench. Here's a 3 at the buzzer that misses by Johnson at the end of 1 quarter of play. It's Carondelet, who trailed most of this quarter, holding on to a 5-point lead. It is 13-8. You're watching high school basketball action on BayPreps.com. Gives us an opportunity to thank Michael Mulry, your home loan purchase and loan finance expert at 925-967-3055. Let Michael Mulry at CNA Equity be your bridge to your most profitable equity partners. That's Michael Mulry at CNA Equity. Carondelet getting 6 points to close out that quarter from Marcella Hughes. It's an 8-0 run to end that quarter, and they're going to start the second quarter with both Natalie Romeo and Mackenzie Cast on the floor. Romeo picked up 2 fouls in the first 2:44 of this game. Looking for her first point. She goes, can't score. The rebound missed underneath by Nicolosi. And Deer Valley will get it back. Nicolosi already has 7 rebounds for Carondelet. Could easily have a few more points. She's got 4. Good defense by the Cougars as Gabrielle Grupalo hustles to knock the pass out of bounds. Carondelet, NCS Division II champions last year. They've won it every year except for 2003 and 2007. In 2011 final, they lost in Division I to Berkeley. Deer Valley had 11 turnovers in that first quarter. That's their first of the second. As Romeo gets tripped up near midcourt, 15 foul on Deer Valley. Romeo working against Lawson. Has that great stutter step. She goes, can't scoop it in. The rebound to Harioka. Outside, she finds an open Romeo in the corner. Yes! First points of the game for Romeo. Good offensive rebound there for Harioka to keep that possession alive. Wild shot the other way by Jordan Morales. The freshman, though, is going to draw a foul. It's an 11-0 Carondelet run going back to the first quarter. Morales, a 64% foul shooter, a freshman who averages 8.4 points per game, which is 3rd on the team. Shoots 2. I believe that was Cass that picked up her 3rd foul. Didn't hear that for sure. They don't put it up on the board. Morales misses them both, and the rebound again to Nicolosi. Romeo, one-handed pass to Grupalo. Grupalo in trouble, gets it back to Romeo, who's going to try a 3. Rebound underneath, Harioka again. It's her first points, but it's another offensive rebound for the 5'7" senior. It's a 13-0 Cougar run. Moran Johnson trying to stop that run, but missed a couple shots. The long rebound out to Romeo. Romeo with Johnson defending, can't score, grabs their own rebound. Walked out of there, grabbed back by Hughes. And now cleared by Deer Valley. And it goes out of bounds to the Wolverines with 6:27 to go in the first half. Alejandra Cephas into the game for Morales. Deer Valley led this game 8-5 with about 2+ minutes left in the first quarter. Here's Johnson open for 3. Rebound on the floor. Grupalo gives way to Romeo. Steal by Johnson. Johnson can't make the layup, and it's the rebounds deflected out of bounds off of Carondelet. Johnson's got to go right at Romeo there. And Romeo's playing with 2 fouls, so she's going to be careful not to pick up that 3rd. But she still did just enough there to distract Johnson so that the Wolverine junior missed the layup. The inbounds open underneath Cephas. Missed a couple of gimmies, and it will stay with Deer Valley again. Here's Harioka on the steal. 13 turnovers on Deer Valley. Romeo open in the corner, finds Grupalo, has her shot blocked and stripped. Nice play by Sabria Coleman. Coleman gets called for the travel the other way. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor called by the Carondelet bench. Franklin Canyon Stables is very affordable, family-oriented, and the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. That's kimshorsetraining.com. 5:54 to go in the first half. Carondelet really struggled offensively at the start, but they have come back and they've forced a ton of Deer Valley turnovers, and they've held the Wolverines scoreless for over 4 minutes of game action. It's a 13-0 run going back to the first quarter. Hughes has 6 points to lead all scorers. Deer Valley led by Coleman and Easton, who each have 3. So Carondelet basketball out of the timeout. Romeo. Nice bounce pass on the back door, Harrioka. Great feed, Nicolosi. Short jumper, good. Another assist for Harrioka. 15-0 Carondelet run. Lawson to Cephas. Not taking a 3 is Coleman. Here's Johnson. She just traveled the basketball before putting it on the floor. 15 turnovers now in Deer Valley. Carondelet's got 9. Deer Valley's had some injuries this year. I was going through pronunciations before the game, so nope, she's injured. Nope, she's injured. Here's Romeo, too hot to handle. Nicolosi couldn't catch. Coleman on the steal, and she turns it over, but Harrioka never established herself in bounds. So it will stay with Deer Valley with 5:07 to go in the half. The inbounds from Coleman. Coleman to Cephas was deflected out by Carondelet. Good defense by Hughes. This game got off to a late start. Started almost 25 minutes late. A lengthy JV game is going to the bucket and scoring is Shelby Easton, who now has 5. And that's a much needed bucket for Deer Valley as they went over 5 minutes without scoring. The other end, Harrioka is fouled. 16th foul on Deer Valley. It's going to go against Moran Johnson. First personal on Johnson. Mason Boucher into the game. We're going to see Katie Rathman, a 5'11 sophomore, check in for the first time. And the inbounds goes to Romeo in the corner. She's going to try a 3. The rebound underneath Boucher, but they're going to say she pushed off. And that means free throws at the other end. 1-and-1 free throws for Deer Valley. The 8th team foul on Carondelet. It will be Moran Johnson, the 66% foul shooter. Still looking for her first points. Wide open in the corner, but blocked out of there. Took a while for the release from Hughes, and great block there by Sabria Coleman. That block shot nearly took out somebody near the ticket table. It was such a violent block shot. And here's Chenault, a little bit careless with her pass. It's knocked out of bounds off of Deer Valley. 4:42 left in the half. Romeo does the inbounding. Romeo hustles the other side, but Boucher goes right to the basket and gets it stripped out of her hands. Romeo is going to try a 3 from the wing. She's got it, her second 3, accounting for all 6 of her points. Carondelet up 13. It's their biggest lead. Cephas pass knocked away. Romeo tiptoes along the sideline to stay in bounds. 16 turnovers on Deer Valley. Romeo. Up top, this is Rathbun for 3. Rebound to Cephas, her 5th. Ahead, she's got Easton. Easton, Romeo stripped it, got a piece of a great defensive play there. She's playing with 2 fouls. Ahead, Boucher gets knocked to the deck, no foul. Wow, it is going to stay with Carondelet. 3:53 to go in the half. Jade Lawson will check in for Cardenas. For Carondelet, we'll see Nicolosi, Grupalo, and Harrioka. For Rathbun, Boucher, and Chenault. Romeo finds herself open on the handoff pass from Nicolosi. Misses the 3. Coleman's got the rebound. Behind the back, the dribbled Moran. Johnson, whoa, what a tremendous play there by Johnson for her first point. She's finally on the board, and that was terrific. But at the other end, Harrioka scores. That's something Deer Valley can't let happen. Carondelet scoring off a made basket like that. Almost wipes away that pretty play by Johnson. Missing the shot is Lawson. Nicolosi, though, on the rebound, turns it over. Johnson misses the shot. Cephas saves it. Nicolosi, another rebound. And a traveling violation on Carondelet. Sloppy play continues for both sides. It's mostly been Deer Valley. They've got 17 turnovers. Carondelet with 12. It's 25-12, our score, of 3:06 to go in the first half. Here's Easton. Lawson back to Easton on the elbow. Easton wants to attack against Nicolosi. She can't do so. Grupalo pulls it in for Carondelet. Grupalo's going to go coast to coast. 2:40 to go in the first. Lawson having trouble. Just throws it up and nearly banked it home. Battles for the rebound, keeps it alive for Johnson. Johnson can't score. Harrioka tries to grab it, but Sabria Coleman finds her hands on the loose ball. Coleman along the baseline, scores and draws the foul. Deer Valley had that long stretch where they went in over 5 minutes without scoring. Trying to pick it up a little bit here, but they're down. Big points as Coleman goes to the free throw line, 61% foul shooter. Converts the three-point play. She's got 6 points. Deer Valley down a dozen. But again, they're slow to get back on defense. Fortunately for them, Carondelet turns it over. 2:10 to go in the first half. Wolverines would love to get this down to single figures before the break. Dangerous pass caught by Cephas. Easton has Lawson wide open, and Jade Lawson scores her first points. Ahead the floor again, Harrioka has an easy layup. She's got a half dozen all in this quarter. 1:43 to go in the half. Coleman goes by. Romeo's trying to draw a charge. Missed the shot. The long rebound, Grupalo. Outside Romeo. Romeo had Nicolosi open, but that pass is deflected away. It leads to a Grupalo 3. Nicolosi grabbed the rebound, but they're going to say she pushed off. So that's going to mean free throws to the other end. With 1:20 to go in the half. It'll be Easton going to the line, and she's going to be automatically shooting 2 as the Wolverines are in the double bonus. Easton, a co-captain for Deer Valley, has 5 points. She averages 8 per game to go along with 5.3 rebounds.
Jordan Morales returns into the game for Deer Valley.
Jordan Morales is into the game for Deer Valley. Christina Chenault's ready to check in for Carondelet as Easton makes them both. We're going to see Brandy Williams back into the game for Deer Valley as Easton goes out. So Deer Valley still an opportunity to get this down to single figures before halftime as Romeo slowly walks it up, finds Harioka at the top. Good feed underneath Chenault on the finish and a great pass by Hughes. Johnson. Brandy Williams can't score off the back iron. She hits the deck trying to grab the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of Carondelet. The inbounds. To no one. Stolen away by Cruz. Pull up jumper. Good for Grupalo. She got a kind bounce. Here's Coleman. 40 seconds. Inside the lane, Coleman will score. Leading Deer Valley with 8 points. Romeo. There's a 4-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Deer Valley sitting back in the zone with 22 seconds left in the half. But a steal by Johnson. Johnson against Romeo. Romeo picks her pocket. Romeo's got a 3-on-2. Harioka stops three-point line and fires. And it misses, and the rebound out of bounds to Deer Valley. Those kind of numbers, I'm sure Carondelet will love to get a layup out of that. 6 seconds to go in the half. Here's Morales, losing it inside the lane with 1 second. Harioka long heave, does hit the backboard. And at the end of the first half, Carondelet, who was down early in the first half, picked things up in the second quarter. They scored 20 points in the second quarter and outscored Deer Valley 20-13 in that second quarter. And they take a 12-point lead into the break. You're watching high school basketball action. This is BayPreps.com. 33-21 our score at the half. Carondelet in front of Deer Valley. The Cougars trailed 8-5 at the end of the first quarter. Right in the first quarter, with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter, went on an 8-0 run to complete that quarter, and then they continued that run into the second quarter. Ultimately, it was about a 15-0 run for Carondelet, and they end up leading by a dozen at the half as they outscored Deer Valley 20-13 in the second quarter. 4 different players have 6 points each for Carondelet, including Natalie Romeo, who sat most of the first quarter because of 2 early fouls. Lauren Nicolosi has 6. Amy Harioka scored all 6 of her points in the second quarter, and Marcella Hughes scored all 6 of her points to close out the first quarter. 5 points for Christina Chenault and 4 points for Gabrielle Grappolo. One note, Lauren Nicolosi has done a great job on the glass for Carondelet. She not only has 6 points, but she has 10 rebounds. Grappolo has 5 rebounds of her own. As for Deer Valley, they're led by Sabria Coleman's 8 points, 7 for Shelby Easton, 2 points each for Alejandra Cephas, Moran Johnson, and Jade Lawson. Carondelet edging Deer Valley in rebounding, 28-27. Deer Valley has 20 turnovers compared to 14 for the Cougars. From the free throw line, Deer Valley is 5 of 10. Carondelet is 3 of 4. One final from the East Bay tonight. Bishop O'Dowd, the 17th ranked girls team in the country, according to USA Today. They beat St. Mary's Stockton, who was ranked 18th in the country. Bishop O'Dowd winning that one handily. It jumped out to a big lead and come out on top 80-59 in that ball game. Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria is a place to go after the game. Open late, full bar. Longtime supporter of high school sports in the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio Walnut Creek. You will never be disappointed with your food at Rocco's. Simply delicious. Best pizza in the East Bay by far. Visit their website and order online at roccospizzeria.com. Get ready to begin the third quarter with Carondelet in front by a dozen. It's Cougar basketball to start the third. Mackenzie Cass on the floor. She was really limited in foul trouble. In fact, she was shut out in that first half. She turns it over here. Cass averages 15.2 a game, but no points in that first quarter. Here's a 3 from the far corner that misses by the freshman Morales, and there's Romeo quickly pushing in the front court. Tough angle from the baseline. She was falling out of bounds. The rebound to Easton. Deer Valley's got some numbers. The pass might have been intended for Johnson, but it was taken by the freshman Morales. Cephas to Easton along the baseline. Coleman gets fouled. Coleman's the game's leading scorer with 8 points. She is 2 of 3 from the foul line. And she's going right back to the charity stripe. That's 3 fouls on Nicolosi. So her and Cass have 3 fouls, and the first free throw is good by Coleman. It's a 10-point game. Up ahead, Grappolo runs into traffic and then throws it out of bounds. Nobody was home. Sloppy start to the second half for Carondelet. They had a sloppy start to this game, but they're in front by double figures. Nice pass, Coleman underneath Easton, and Easton can't scoop it in. Grappolo's got the board. Ahead to Romeo, who uses her speed to keep that alive, and then she finds Harioka somehow, who gets fouled. I thought that pass was going to go out of bounds, but Romeo was able to track it down and not only keep it in bounds, but find Harioka, who's getting a couple free throws. Harioka, an 8.4 points per game scorer, is an 81% foul shooter. She's Carondelet's best free throw shooter on the season. A team that shoots 67% from the line. And she calmly sinks them both. Jordan Morales along the baseline against Romeo. Takes up strong, but misses, and Easton's there to grab the rebound and put it in. Easton now has 9 points and 5 boards. Mackenzie Cass is in the scoring column after that layup. Moran Johnson open for 3. Looked good, but Romeo's got the board. Romeo to Harrioka, a little bit behind Harrioka, and it's a Carondelet turnover, their third of this third quarter. We've played 1:43 of the quarter. Coleman keeps the dribble alive, but misses the shot, and Romeo's all over the glass in this third quarter. Romeo weaving through traffic to the rim, can't score. Easton the board. Easton's got Coleman in front, but Harrioka read it, has the steal up ahead to Romeo. Romeo's going to get an easy layup. 8 points for the 5'7" junior. .535 to go in the third. Pull-up jumper Johnson. She's had a rough game. Misses the shot. Tough angle from the baseline. Can't score that one either. And then it's knocked out. And they say that was off of Carondelet. Cephas puts on the floor. Tries to score off the glass, and she does. Alejandra Cephas has her second bucket. Cass wants her first 3 of the game. Nope. And the rebound. Save to Cass. Turnaround jumper partially blocked. Cephas has trouble grabbing it for Deer Valley. It's knocked out of bounds in front of the Carondelet bench, and they'll say that touched Carondelet last. Five minutes to go in the third. Here's Coleman, bumped by Romeo, scores, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor. That's the third foul on Romeo. So Romeo, Nicolosi, and Cast all have 3 fouls each for Carondelet. 4:58 to go in the third. 2 team fouls on Carondelet, who's up by 12. We're on Winton Avenue in Concord, the home of the Carondelet Cougars, defending NCS Division II champions. Missed shot, but the putback is there for Jordan Morales, and the freshman's on the scoreboard. 10-point game. It was a 12-point game at the half. Open 3 for Rathbun. Rebound to Cephas. Ahead, a foul as Johnson gets knocked into the padding by Chenault. And we're going to get a timeout with 4:34 to go in the third quarter. Franklin Canyon Stables is very affordable, family-oriented, the place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. Whatever you need, Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. That's kimshorsetraining.com. 4:34 to go in the third quarter. Carondelet led by 12 at the half. Deer Valley hanging around. The turning point in this game was near the end of the first quarter and the start of the second quarter when Carondelet went on a 15-0 run when they were down 3 late in the first. They started that run with Romeo on the bench. Here's Johnson making the first free throw. Deer Valley is 8 of 13 from the line in this game. Johnson just 3 points. She averages over 13 a game. She cuts it down to an 8-point contest. 4.5 to go. Along the baseline, the pass by Rathbun hit the bottom of the backboard and is stolen away by Coleman. Cephas has an open Morales for three, but it's an air ball. Loose ball on the floor. Romeo throws it ahead for Harioka. And Harioka scores. Amy Harioka, the 5'7" senior's in double figures, and she pushes this lead back to double figures. Coleman dribbles right into traffic. Romeo's there to pick her pocket. Romeo against Cephas uses her body to shield off the 6-foot player and score. Romeo now up to 10 points. She averages 21.4 a game. Here's Coleman against Romeo. Uses her body and scores off the window. Nicely done by Sabria Coleman, who's got a dozen. And we've got a timeout called by the Wolverines bench with 3:32 to go in the third quarter. They're down 10.
Deer Valley with a full timeout.
Amy Harioka and Natalie Romeo each have 10 points for Carondelet. The game's leading scorer is Deer Valley's Sabria Coleman. She's got a dozen. Here's Romeo bringing it up against the defense of Johnson. Chenault catches, gets it stripped by Johnson. Johnson can't scoop it in, just rimmed out. Chenault on the rebound. Ahead to Harioka. Good pump fake and score by Harioka, who's got 14. Lead at a dozen again. 3:03 to go in the third. Brandy Williams, 5'11" sophomore, has it deflected out of bounds. Carondelet's going to bring in 4 new players here. Nicolosi, Boucher, Cruz, and Grupalo check in to join Romeo. Sabria Coleman. Tough angle on the left hand, or the right hand, I should say, scores. Pull-up jumper by Cruz. The freshman misses. Fellow freshman Morales has the rebound for Deer Valley. Ahead to Johnson. Johnson against Romeo, and a charge. Romeo taking the charge on Johnson. Deer Valley fans don't like that call, but Romeo was certainly planted in her spot there for a while. Johnson easily could have worked around her. Romeo's going to shoot the three, and that's good. Third three of the game for Romeo, who's got 13 points. 2:09 in the third. Sabria Coleman. Johnson has an opening and scores. 6 points from Moran Johnson. Romeo. Great pass underneath, and Nicolosi's got a layup. Pretty play there by Romeo. Here's Easton. Stepping to our right and connecting on the jumper. Deer Valley will not go away. Romeo pulling up for the three. Morales on the board. Ahead, she's got Johnson. Nice feed, Morales. Turnaround right hand scores for Jordan Morales. just a freshman, back down to a 9-point game. It was a 12-point Carondelet lead at the half. 1:11 to go in the third. Boucher out to Cruz for a three from straight away. First points of the game for the 5'5" freshman Cruz. Lead back up to a dozen. Coleman misses the pull-up jumper. Cruz has the board. 48 seconds to go in the quarter. Romeo scoop pass, Nicolosi can't convert off the back iron. 40 seconds. Open is Coleman for a three. Yes. They're going to say it was a two. She was on the line. So it's a 10-point game. 16 points for Coleman, 8 of them in this third quarter. She is the game's leading scorer. 5'7" senior Coleman averages 10.8 a game. .11 seconds to go in the quarter. Romeo with the shot clock off. Works to her left. Goes right to the hoop. Stutter step. Can't score. Rebound to Morales with 1 second. No shot for Deer Valley at the end of the quarter. They did outscore Carondelet by 2 in that quarter. 22-20. We head to the fourth with Carondelet leading by 10 on BayPreps.com. Carondelet up 10 after 3 quarters of play. Call Michael Mulry, your home loan purchase and loan finance expert at 925-967-3055. That's 925-967-3055. Let Michael Mulry at C&A Equity be your bridge to your most profitable equity partners. Sabria Coleman's the game's leading scorer with 16 points. 11 points and 6 rebounds for Shelby Easton. As for Carondelet, Natalie Romeo's got 13. Amy Harioka's got 12. Here's Cast, open for 3, and it's her first 3 ball of the game. 5 points for Mackenzie Cast. Good way to start the fourth quarter for the home team. And a turnover by Deer Valley. Their 23rd of the game. Romeo gets it from Cass in the corner, misses the 3 off the side of the backboard. The loose ball to Coleman, and she is fouled in the backcourt. It's going to be the 4th team foul on Carondelet. NCS Division I runners-up a year ago was Deer Valley, NorCal quarterfinalists. They averaged 59.8 points per game. Here's Moran Johnson. Their leading scorer has been limited to 6 points today. Played pretty well in that third quarter. Pass by Easton is stolen by Nicolosi. She gives way to Romeo. Nice feed to a cutting Nicolosi for the layup. Nicolosi, the third Cougar player to reach double figure. She's got 10 to go on for 10 rebounds. 7 minutes to go. And Morales gets called for the traveling violation. Carondelet, a team that's ranked 5th in the Bay Area in our Bay Preps rankings. They are 14th in the state. They're the number 1 team in the Cal High Sports Division II rankings. Here's an open 3. That is good from Grupalo. A 7-0 run to start the fourth quarter, and Carondelet really opening things up as they force another Deer Valley turnover. Carondelet, a team that averages 76.3 points and allows 53 a game. So they win their share of blowouts, and they're trying to turn this one into a blowout. Deer Valley has hung around that 10-point margin throughout much of the second and third quarters. But they're going to need to put together a big run soon with 6:21 to go in the game. Grupalo to Cast. Cast has had a quiet game. She finds Nicolosi. Good feed. Nicolosi can't convert. The rebound to Grupalo. And Cast just traveled. 20th turnover on Carondelet. These two teams playing a non-league game in early February once again. Did it last year, and Carondelet won by 4 when they played in Antioch. As Coleman turns it over. Up ahead is Romeo. Romeo's got a layup. 9 of Romeo's 15 in the second half. Deer Valley another turnover. They're 6 of the quarter. It leads to a Cast 3, which is airballed. And a timeout called by Mark Hurtado on the Deer Valley bench. He has seen Carondelet go on a 10-0 run to start this fourth quarter. And they have doubled their lead. It's 63-43 here on BayPreps.com. .538 to go in this game. Deer Valley, team that came in 14-8. They were on the bubble in our Bay Preps rankings this past week. Harold Alben does those rankings each and every week. Appreciate his help putting together the top 20 teams in the Bay Area for both boys and girls. We get our look at Carondelet again, our 4th time we've covered a Carondelet game. Did a couple games at the Jamboree. Also saw their win against Berkeley, an exciting win, in which they outscored Berkeley 27-13 in the fourth quarter for a 66-58 win. And now getting a look on their home floor today against Deer Valley. Deer Valley has hung around, but a 10-0 run by Carondelet to start this fourth quarter. Cephas had Easton open, pass deflected. Here's Jordan Morales with 11 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock for Coleman. Coleman goes right by everyone and has it deflect out of bounds with 3 on the clock. The inbounds knocked away and stolen again. 7 turnovers on Deer Valley in this fourth quarter. They've got 29 in the game. Carondelet's got 20. Romeo to Nicolosi. Open from the elbow. She turns around, misses the jumper, but it's tracked by Harioka. Harioka stripped by Coleman. Coleman's got Johnson running with. Great pass. Johnson back to Coleman, and Coleman's got the layup, and Deer Valley finally has their first points of the quarter. It took 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Nicolosi in the back door finds Romeo. Romeo up to 17. The game's leading scorer is Coleman. She's got the ball. She'll find Easton. Passed up the foul line jumper. Instead goes right to the rim and get the layup. Why not if you can get the layup? Perfectly fine passing up that jumper. The other way, blocked out of bounds. It will stay with Carondelet with 4:06 to go. Nicolosi and Harioka go out of the game for Carondelet. Getting Marcella Hughes back in. Remember, Hughes scored those 6 points to close out the first quarter. Carondelet ended that first quarter an 8-0 run, ultimately became a 15-0 run over the second quarter. Here's an inbounds to Cass for a long jumper. It misses badly. Ahead of the pack, this is Johnson. Tough layup. She falls into the padding behind the bucket. Hopefully she's okay. She had her back to the basket when she threw that shot up. And Moran Johnson's got a chance for a three-point play. Hasn't been one of her better games overall, but she's made some significant individual highlight plays as Cass grabs the rebound. Open for the three is Hughes, airballed. Romeo grabs it, knocked out of her hands from behind, gets it back and scores. You knew Romeo would pick it up, the scoring, after just 6 points in the first half. Rebound out of bounds to Carondelet. $18-point game with 3:36 to go. Great bounce pass. Romeo, pump fake by Cast. Cast has the layup. 7 points for Cast, all in the second half. That was a feed from midcourt by Romeo. 3:20 left. Here's Cephas, short jumper, airballed. Grabbing her hands in the loose ball and missing the shot was Cardenas. It's cleared by Cass. Cass behind the back in the dribble. Ahead to Hughes. Open Romeo. She'll take the three. She's got it. Romeo now with 22 points, and she is the game's leading scorer. 16 of her 22 since halftime. Moran Johnson misses a tip rebound off of Cass. Cephas finds it and scores. Ahead, Hughes gets fouled.
Fouls on 34, Sonny Taylor. Marcella Hughes to shoot 2.
Sonny Taylor into the game, committing the foul for Deer Valley. First free throw by Hughes misses. She's a 71% foul shooter, third on the Carondelet team. Cardenas finds Taylor to Cephas. Taylor goes at Chenault, misses. Rebound on the floor. Christina Chenault runs it down. 5 boards and 5 points for Chenault, the sophomore. Romeo will walk it up. Carondelet working comfortably with a huge lead. 73-51. Here's Cast. 6 on the shot clock. Open in the corner, Hughes. No. Chenault's got the rebound. Carondelet can reset, and Cast does a smart thing and throws to Romeo to allow Carondelet run to some more time off. .130 to go. 8 on the shot clock. Romeo's going to go to the rim and score with the left hand. 11 points in the fourth quarter. That's Natalie Romeo's quarters. We saw in that game against Berkeley when she scored 15 of her 29. And she's got 11 in the fourth quarter here, 18 in the second half, and 24 overall in the game. And with Carondelet holding on to a 24-point lead, Romeo and Cass are going to go out of the game. I tell you what, Cass held well below her season average of 15.2, but impressed by her play. She was been limited by fouls in the first half in terms of minutes. But unselfish game for Cast. 1:15 to go. There's a foul on Carondelet with 1:06 left. It's a 7th-team foul, so it's going to send Sonny Taylor to the line. She misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and the rebound to Kim Savio is into the game. Raff been out there along with Boucher and Hughes and Cruz. 51 seconds left. Carondelet's going to go to 21-3. Just another great record here at Carondelet as they get season in, season out. Favorites to take home another NCS Division II championship. They turn it over. Cardenas scores off the glass. Tough shot and angle for Cardenas. Deer Valley trail by 12 at the half. They got within 9 a couple points here in the second half, but Carondelet, big 10-0 run to start this fourth quarter to put the game away. And with 22 seconds left, they're up by 22. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Savio going to the basket and scoring, and that gets a rise from the Carondelet bench as the 5'10 sophomore scores her first points. Her 33rd and 34th points of the year. And that will do it. 77-53. Carondelet takes care of their home floor, and they win this non-conference game against Deer Valley. Thanks to our sponsors, Franklin Canyon Stables, very affordable, family-oriented. The place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. And Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria. Plenty of the fans here at this game will go to Rocco's here in a moment and enjoy a delicious dinner. You can order online at roccospizzeria.com, a longtime supporter of high school sports. We'll take a break on the audio side, bring it back for a recap in a moment. You're watching high school basketball action. This is BayPreps.com. Carondelet wins their 21st game of the season. They led this game 33-21 at the half. They had a big 15-0 run over the first and second quarters in that first half. Deer Valley did outscore them 22-20 in the third quarter, so Carondelet had a 10-point advantage to start the fourth, but they went on a 10-0 run to start the fourth quarter. They put this game away, and they go on for a 24-point win, 77-53 as they outscore the Wolverines 24-10 in the final quarter. Natalie Romeo, no surprise, the game's leading scorer. She scored 18 of her 24 points in the second half, including 11 in the final quarter. 12 points for Amy Harioka. Lauren Nicolosi finishes with a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. 7 points apiece for Gabriella Grupalo, Marcella Hughes, and Mackenzie Cast. 5 points for Christina Chenault to go on 6 rebounds. 3 points for Vanessa Cruz. Kim Savio scores 2. As for Deer Valley, Sabria Coleman finishes with 18. Shelby Easton scores 13. 8 for Moran Johnson, 6 for Alejandra Cephas, 4 for Jordan Morales. Monique Cardenas and Jade Lawson each scored 2. Each team had 45 rebounds tonight. Deer Valley committed 29 turnovers, 22 for Carondelet. The Cougars were 6 of 8 from the foul line, and Deer Valley was 9 of 16. Again, the final score, Carondelet wins 77-53. The Cougars are now 21-3. Deer Valley drops to 14-9. Thanks to the sound engineer and the producer and cameraman, Jerry Gerard. I'm Pat O'Rourke. Sign off from Carondelet High School. The Cougars, again, win 77-53. You've been watching high school basketball on BayPreps.com. Have a good night and a good weekend.